It was a little bit of a broken camp. We carried a lot of guys. We were trying guys out until the last exhibition game, so we never really got our group together. The first homestand was really an extension of training camp, and we were still trying guys in different positions and giving guys the opportunity to play. And
we were able to scrape out a couple wins on the homestand, and then I think we were all happy to get on the road.
I thought we didn't start so well, but towards the last couple we started getting our game going, and eventually leading into the road trip, we really started to establish our game and we're starting to see results.
Sometimes hitting the road is necessary to help spark some team chemistry. And for the Sharks, who typically start each season with an early extended road trip, this 10-day East Coast swing is a welcome change of pace.
Historically, this group has been a good road team. I think that starts with your veterans. They enjoy going on the road. When you have leaders like that, the young guys tend to follow.
When you get on the road, you're out there to win some hockey games, and we're pretty locked in when you're in a hotel room and all you got is your TV, bed, and the hockey rink. So whether it's just dinners with the guys or having a lot more time on the bus or in the airplane, you're bonding.
One example of team chemistry comes in the form of a little friendly competition.
Teddy will pick one team, usually the guys that more often than not will shoot in shootouts in games against the other guys.
We kind of call it the average shows versus the big boys.
All right, if your number's on the glass, you're one of Hetty's chosen ones. If you're not, you're not a chosen one.
Swedes on one bench,
I don't know what the season series is at for that, but Pete does a good job of kind of having some fun around the rink. I think anytime you're feeling good like that, guys are laughing, guys are smiling, and you have that confidence, it kind of swagger as a team. I think it carries over.
The Sharks open up the season's first road trip in New Jersey versus a Devil team that has not lost in regulation yet this season.
Come on, Joni, come on, baby.
Johnson and Jones with a brilliant save. Nice work down low. They score. Braun shot, scores. Trainer can take the save, and then he scores. Jones with the save. Ball and the save, and that'll do it as Martin Jones gets his first shutout this season for New Jersey Ice.
Following a Martin Jones shutout in New Jersey, the team continues to Brooklyn, New York, to face the Islanders for the second half of back-to-back games. On the ice, momentum shifts back and forth as the Sharks and Isles exchange goals twice during the first two periods of play. Both Sharks' goals are scored by Logan Kuchar. As the game progresses, the Islanders take advantage of their opportunities and score 3 times in the final frame. The game winds down and the Sharks are unable to mount a comeback, although it's not for lack of effort, as Logan Kuchar records a hat trick, giving him 6 goals in his first 7 games of the season.
Logan Kuchar with the hat trick!
Well, I think Logan's healthy for the first time in 2 years. This is a guy who led the NHL in playoff scoring 2 years ago, so it's not like he's just arriving.
Obviously, being one of the captains of our team, a lot of guys, myself included, look up to him. It's nice to see him getting rewarded like that.
He's playing the way that we all know he's capable of, and with Patty gone, what we need him to play at.
We all realize that there's a hole with Patty gone and other guys need to step up and fill that void. It was something I thought about this summer, is getting back to being a 30-goal scorer. It's been a good start. I mean, the puck's taken some good bounces for me, and I found myself in the right spot.
2 nights later, the Sharks play the Rangers at Madison Square Garden, a building that the team has traditionally struggled in, but not on this night, as you-know-who wastes no time giving the Sharks an early lead.
Couture fires and scores! Oh, is he hot!
Couture's play is followed up by one of the Sharks' newest defensemen, Tim Heed, who scores his first NHL goal.
Tim Heed still looking for his first NHL goal. And there it is!
It's a night he'll always remember, you know, in Manhattan, New York City, Madison Square Garden, Henrik Lundqvist.
Well, obviously you always dream about scoring your first goal and doing it on the King. Always a great moment, I'll always remember. It's a bit of a lucky shot, but I'll take that.
He's got a nice offensive dimension. He's come in, he's helped us on the power play, and he looks like a full-time NHLer.
Behind the net, and they score!
Behind scoring depth from Donskoy and Carlson, the Sharks power past the Rangers.
It was nice to go in there and win. It was nice to get, you know, again, that depth contribution. I think that's the key. The nights we've won, we've gotten guys outside of the Thorntons and the Pavelskis to get on the board for us.
On the 4th game of the road trip, this one in Boston, despite carrying the play for long stretches of the contest, the Sharks come up short to the Bruins by a score of 2-1. The boys are determined to finish the trip with a win, but in order to do so, they must find success in Buffalo, where the Sharks have left town victorious only twice in 19 attempts.
Yeah, that was a tough game for us to play, an afternoon game at the end of a long 12-day road trip out east.
Buffalo, for whatever reason, we just can't win in that building. And anytime you're on a long road trip like that, and you got a 6-hour plane ride back, you definitely want to have a happy plane ride back.
The Sharks and Sabres elected 2 goals apiece during the final frame, when Logan Kuchar once again takes the game into his own hands.
On the play, but now Couture with it. Logan shoots and scores!
We talk about depth scoring a lot, but at the end of the day, you know, your best players have to be your best players.
Logan Kuchar with a huge late goal here in the 3rd period, and the Sharks end up with a winning road trip.
The Sharks head back to San Jose where they will begin a 5-game homestand with a matchup against a very familiar face.
Yeah, it was cool to see Patty come back. He played so hard for this organization for so many games, and it was cool just to see the way that the fans respect him and the way they treated him, and I was happy we were able to beat him.
To be able to shut down a high-end talented team like Toronto, kind of started off the homestand the right way, and I think we were able to take some more confidence out of that.
We got to build on our home game. I think we need to get back to making the Shark Tank a very difficult place for teams to come in and play. We need to jump on them early, get out to leads, and then stick to our game.
San Jose has done just that, as they rattle off 3 wins in a row at home. The team's shootout drill even came full circle versus the Ducks.
Jonas Donskoy. And they love it on the Sharks bench.
Kind of got a chip on our shoulder this year as a team, kind of being a little, looked on as underdogs and not having high expectations, which for us is great. And I think that's something that we know what we have in that room, and that's kind of where we're at.